This is a 2-barb clasp, 5 strands. Find your center of your cord. And attach lark heads. So there's 2 on this loop. Attach with lark heads, 2 here. Hopefully you can see the different colors. 2. And there we go. And 2. Now you will do a square knot with each group of 4 cords. You'll be tying 5 square knots on each 4 strands. 5, 5, 5, 5, and 5, all square knots, and then you will start alternating square knots until, for my neck, I want to do 4.5 inches of alternating square knots across. All that information on how to measure and figure out will be in description, so be sure to check that out. For my neck, I want to go 4.5 inches. So you measure from the clasp down, I'm at 4.5. Okay, we're going to do a recap, what we've done. We did 2 cords on each loop. The dark, the green, the dark, the green, the dark. 5 square knots on each group, and then alternating square knots until you've reached your halfway point, until you've reached the halfway point minus 1.5 inches. So my neck measures 12 inches approximately, so divide that by 2 minus 1.5. I need 4.5 inches of alternating square knots, which brings me to this point here, right there. That's the last row I did, and then you start decreasing until you're down to 1. Now you will start doing a diagonal double half hitch knot. This will be your anchor cord going across the first 5 cords. And then you'll attach a bead. put the bead on the anchor cord, and then you'll take the next 4 cords and continue tying double half hitch knots. Wrong one again. Make sure you go in a row. One, two, three, 4. Add another bead to your anchor cord. Hitch. Double half hitch knots. Add another bead to your anchor cord. Then you just continue, after you added your bead, you continue adding your double half hitch knots on your anchor cord until they're all on. Same anchor cord, you'll want to turn it, and you will be doing double half hitch knots, but you want to keep your line nice and straight. And you just keep going till you've attached every one onto the anchor cord. So we just came across with the anchor cord. We're going to turn it and do another row, and then turn it again and do another row. So you have 3 rows of double half hitch knots. Last cord going on, the second row, and turn. And this will be the last row. So we just finished the 3rd row, and now we're going to put our cords into 4 groups, and all the colors should be correct. Take this last group on the right and pin it aside. Then all these groups of 4 will get 6 square knots. Just a straight run, 6 square knots. So we have 6 square knots, 6 square knots, 6 square knots, and 6 square knots there. You will want to take your jewelry piece and attach the jump ring to it. And then the last 4 groups of cords, you will tie 3 square knots, and then we'll attach the jump ring and tie 3 more square knots. Now put the cord through the jump ring, the last cord on the right, and tie 3 square knots. So you'll have 6 square knots on this cord, these cords, just like the other 6. So what we're going to do is just repeat this 3 rows of double half hitch knots, the beads in double half hitch knots, and then we'll do increasing square knot, alternating square knots, and then the same amount of alternating square knots until we reach the other end. Now you'll start making rows of alternating square knots across. So you'll have 1 in the first row, 1 in the second row, to the next, and so on and so on. Okay, look at that. Almost perfect. Oops, let me get it. There we go. I'm happy with that. Okay, we just have to finish this in. Two cords, center cords of each square knots through the loops on the clasp. And then we're going to flip the work over to the back side. Flipped it over onto the back side. The 2 center cords from the row of square knots are through the loop. Then you'll want to tie a square knot. Attach all the cords with lark heads onto this. The dark, the lighter, the dark. This one will be the lighter and the dark. There's 2 cords on each loop. Now that all the cords are on, we're going to do a row of double half hitch knots across to this one. was the last one. Then you repeat the same thing on this side, going into the center. Then on each anchor cord from both sides, slide a bead onto it and tie one more double half hitch knot. Just like that. And then we will do 4 rows of double half hitch knots on both sides. Right here's the anchor cord. You just came this way. You'll turn your anchor cord and start doing double half hitch knots the other way for your next row. Okay, here's our anchor cord. This is the first row, then it went into the bead, and then the anchor cord came across here. 1, turn it 2, turn it 3, turn it 4. We're going to do the same thing on this side now. Okay, we just finished this side. And now we are going to take the first 5 cords and tie half square knot. 1.5 inch long of half square knots. You'll be using this as a working cord and this one as the working cord. And then the 3 cords in the center are going to be your 3 filler cords. And you just keep tying half square knots until you have that length. We're taking the next 2 colors, which are the 2 light colors, and we will be doing double half hitch knots on it. Get that out of my way too. Okay, the next 2 colors. So you'll be tying 15 double half hitch knots, and you'll repeat on the other side also. 15 double half hitch knots, and same thing over here. You will take the next 2 cords and tie 8 double half hitch knots, and repeat on that side. Now it's time to bring it all together. So there are 2 center cords. This is the working cord. Bring that cord into the 2 center cords, and you'll want to tie a double half hitch knot. And the same thing on this side. Bring that cord over. Use your working cord as your tying cord. Same thing with this one. I'm going to tie it with a darker cord. So I'm going to keep that one out. It's very small. There, I got it. So then the last one. That'd be it. Now put a little clear nail polish on your ends and clip them off.